Have you ever had difficulties with ideas and knowing what to write, what people search for, and how to how to write those articles and so forth? Well, in this video, I'm going to cover exactly that. Now, first off, you guys need to know that we are living in the information age. And what that means is everything that you want to know and everything you're looking for can be found, especially if you're persistent and if you're searching. The number one tool that you should use is Google. It sounds so obvious, but it is the number one tool. So whenever you hit any kind of problem, let's say whether it's on the development side, whether it's on the technical side, or trying to find out something, the first person that you should look for is Google. So once you have your target ready, so you say you want to write about chess coaches. So what you want to do is you want to type that out in Google. Now, just looking at Google, you'll be able to get ideas on what's ranking and what's not ranking. Now, there are no ads run on this particular topic, at least not in India. And I'm using this tool called Keywords Everywhere. That's a great tool. That's a free tool that you can use. And what it does is it shows you the volume per month and also the cost per click for that and the competition. And this could be a very useful tool. So just by typing out chess coaches, I get information like over here on the side as well as in the bottom. If you don't have Keywords Everywhere tool, that's fine. You can just scroll down, scroll to the bottom, and then you will find search related to chess coaches, and you will find all these data. Now, you can actually write articles or topics on this and get more results. But what you want to look out for is the search volume. If there's no volume, then there's probably that article might not be read too much. So what you want to do is chess coaching classes has 70 volumes. So that is something that you can write about. My point of this particular usage of Google is that all the data that you want is there. You just need to open your eyes and then see it. So for example, it says online coaching free, and you have a bunch of searches, best chess training program. So you can write an article about best chess training program. So now what we'll do now as a sample is let's search that. So here we have a blog from Lead Chess, and then the second one is from iChess, then the third one is from iChess. Then we have from chess.com, and then we have Windows Report, and we have Chess Central, and we have the Chess World. So, okay. So now what the next step you want to do is you want to open these blogs up and see what they're writing up, what's written out. So Google ranks based on something called relevancy. So the more relevant your content is, the more relevant your article is, it will show in the report. So these videos, it finds this keyword relevant, so it's showing up here, and likewise all the things. So the second thing from relevancy that Google looks for, not just Google but all search engines and even social media, they look for is engagement. So the more engagement something has, the higher up it's going to get ranked. So for example, this one is a forum. It's not a blog post per se, but it's showing up on the front page of Google because most probably there's a lot of people who have engaged in that forum, and so Google finds it relative to the keyword that we just searched, and hence this is on the first page of Google, or at least for the search term. Okay, and let's look here. So this ichess.net has written this blog on the 5 best chess training websites, and he has given out his samples and thing. Now if you want to outbeat say ichess.com on this particular blog, what you need to do is you have to write content that's more valuable, more relative, and much longer than what's being written here. So basically, if this is like 500 or 300 words, then you want to write an article that's about, say, 1,000 words or even 2,000 words. And if there are not much images here, you want to add images. You can also add audio and videos so that the people who are reading blogs will get much more information, and as well as get more value out of it. So the more value you provide to people, the higher that it's going to rank by default. But one thing you do have to see is you just look through how much words have been written. So if you write a blog that's shorter than this, then the chances of you ranking ahead of this blog is going to be much lower. So and you should not just look for one and then decide. You look for multiple articles, and then you see another article over here. We have some images, we have some tools. He has given some more content. Now, if you want to beat this again, I'm not trying to pick on iChess, but these guys have done their SEO stuff really good. So it's popping up. Congrats, iChess. I believe they're doing a great job. I personally haven't tried them, but anyway. As you can see, their blogs are short, but the thing is, as chess niche, is not very competitive. So if you could write something that's bigger and longer than let's say the first page of Google, then yours will rank, obviously. Of course, there are other things involved like link building and social sharing and other stuff, but just in terms of content, you could rank if you just do this one thing right. So as we've seen this forum, right? So we have like a bunch of engagement in this forum, and it has a lot of stuff, a lot of content, and hence Google decided, to show this up. Of course, chess.com does have a lot of authenticity and authority, just like iChessNet. So these guys are on the top. So ranking them immediately or beating them is going to be a challenge. But if you could write bigger contents that has more value, that is much more longer, then you have a higher chance of competing with them. So this is tip number one of using Google. So all the information that you want, it's in Google. Even if you run into problems, like say if you don't know how to run an ad, or you've hit somewhere on programming side, you can just search in Google. Don't expect or don't ask people for answers, when you can just do a search and find it yourself, because everything that you want is there. Even how to run a Facebook ad, how to write a blog, everything that you want to know is outside, because we are living in the information world. Of course, it's going to take time to find the right article, find the right stuff, because there will be fluff, there will be useless shit. But if you just dig in deeper, you will find the solutions that you're looking for. So always use this, because we are living in a world that's transforming and changing so fast. Not everyone is fully 100% updated, and no one can be 100% updated. And when things are like changing fast, you can't expect help from people above you. So you just need to do this yourself. So this is one trick. Next tool that you want to use is obviously YouTube. So similarly, same logic applies. If you find any difficulties, you just do a Google YouTube search, because YouTube is the second world's largest search engine. So you can use YouTube to get information that you want. So it could be on any topics. If you want to learn about how to do SEO, or how to write a blog, you can just use YouTube, find content, and then get inspiration, get those ideas, and then use them on writing. So it's all about being creative, and then looking or seeking the truth, or trying to find a solution. Seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall open, right? The old adage. So next, then in terms of tools, you can use keywords everywhere. That's a great tool. So for getting ideas, you should use this free tool called Uber Suggest. So what Uber Suggest does is it gives you ideas for keywords, and it also tells you, what people are searching for, the search volume. It's much more upgraded version of Keywords Everywhere, and it's a great tool. So now let's do a search. Let's say chess coach. If you just scroll down on the bottom, you would see all the SERP results, all the Google results. Let's open this up, and you can find articles. And you can also look at how much estimated visits per month on these, and what's the social sharing, and what's their domain score. So domain score is their overall authenticity and authority. So the higher the domain score, the more likely that you're relevant and your content matters, and Google is going to rank you higher. So that's one thing. And by the way, just so you know, no one knows the algorithms of Google. So what this is just an estimation based on their backlinks and so forth. So like domain score, there's also called something called domain authority by Moz and other things. But essentially what they tell you is that they just say the relevance and how much authenticity that blog has. But we don't know 100% all the factors that Google take into account to rank a page. Social share gives us information how much share that post has been made on social. So the more social shares you have, the more likely your post is going to reach more people, and that's just no brainer. And estimate visits is obviously the traffic that they're getting from Google every month. So this, you can just read these articles, see what's it written about, and if it's easy, you can just basically snag them. And all from here, it's all the second page, and as you can see, things in the second page don't really, you don't get any traffic from Google, so you want to be on the first page. But to be on the first page, you have to know what the guys in the first page are doing in terms of backlinking, in terms of the content itself. And if it's just content, then all you have to do is write a bigger content than what's already given. and boom, so you'll start ranking. uh, but one thing to note: do not duplicate, do not copy, and mimic, because Google will know. So be authentic, be real. So that's a very key point here. And so another thing that you can do with Uber Suggest is when you search, it will also give you this data. So it says the cost per click CPC is 180 bucks, especially in English India. The paid difficulty is 44 and SEO difficulty is 32, which means it is easily rankable, provided you give in time. And just so you know, ranking takes at least 2 months for Google to index. And the search volume is the monthly search volume. It's 720, which means there's not more than 720 people searching per on the topic, on a given topic. So here you have the CPC and everything, all the data here. And what you can do is you can also you can click this to get more ideas. So for example, let's say you want to look at chess coach near me. If you want to click it, you'll get much more ideas. On the here, ideas as in what's ranking on this particular search term. And if you want to go, what you do want to do is you can copy this and paste it in a Excel sheet or somewhere where you can use it for future reference. Also, so you can click related to see related stuff that's related to the idea. And you can also add filters, the CPC difficulties, and all of that. So this is a great tool that you guys can use and should use, and you get a lot of information. And information is everything. Data is key. And whenever you hit a difficult situation, what you have to do is you have to find that solution. Just look for inspirations. Keep your eyes open. Search on Google, search on YouTube, and then test it out. You have to apply. You have to test it out. Just write an article, test it out, see what happens. Do some social sharing, and see if it's ranking. If it's not ranking, just slowly tweak it, and eventually you will get the hang of how to do this, and you will become an expert. So that's pretty much it. So use Uber Suggest. You'll get ideas, you'll get keywords, you'll also get this data. You can also use tools like Keywords Everywhere and use Google and YouTube. I know this is all basic, but basic is what people don't do. What people do is they come and they ask me, hey, I don't know how to do this. No, you can do it. All you have to do is you're just a Google search away to finding your solution. But you should also know that there is going to be content that's not, that's fluff, that's bad, but that is the challenge of the information age. So you have to be able to filter out bad content and then get the right content out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless, be great.